Hello and welcome back. Are you bored seeing the same old scroll bars on your websites and want to make something customizable like changing your scroll bar's color or width? This is one of the example of a custom scroll bar created using just HTML, CSS, JavaScript and GSAP. If you want a scroll bar like this one in your website, then let's start coding. Starting from a blank slate, I will create a new folder with name scroll or scroll and then open it in VS Code, creating 3 files for HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Starting with the HTML file, I will create a boilerplate for it, linking my CSS and my script.js using the script tag, giving it an src of JavaScript file name. Afterwards, go to style.css, write the CSS boilerplate by selecting everything, giving it a margin of 0, padding of 0 and box sizing of border box. Selecting body, giving it a height of 300 view height, or even better, giving it a minimum height of 300 view height and a width of 100%. Now because the scroll bar will come on top of body, I will give the body a position of relative. Now go back to index.html, create 3 divs, namely 1, 2 and 3. These 3 divs just signifies your content in your website. Now above all the divs and below the body tag, create another div with class of scroll. Go to style.css, select .1, .2 and .3. This is just your data, so you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. And if you are making a test file, then just follow along. Give a height of 100 vh, a width of 100% and a background color of hashtag 111, which is just a light black. Now go back to index.html and open the live server with the shortcuts given on the screen. If you can see the scroll bar, I have all the 3 pages showing on my live server. Now let's customize the scroll bar. Go to style.css, select the .scroll div, give it a position of fixed so that it does not move when you scroll the page, a height of 100%, width of 15px. Now because you want your scroll bar on your right side, give it a right of 0 and top of 0 to position on the right top point. Give it a background color of Alice white temporarily, and if you go back to the browser, there is a white line on the right side of the website. To hide the default scroll bar, you have to use WebKit. So go to your style.css ::WebKit scroll bar and give it a display of none. Now if you go back to the live server, the scroll bar is gone. A quick tip that I forgot to mention in the video: the WebKit scroll bar display none will not work on Firefox or older versions of Edge, but it will work on Chrome, Safari and Brave. Now to actually create the scrolling effect, you have to use GSAP. So open a new tab, type GSAP CDN, open the cdnjs.com link and copy gsap.min.js script in your index.html, paste it above your script tag. Go back to browser, scroll down and there would be a scroll trigger.min.js link. Copy it and paste it below the GSAP CDN. So the order should be GSAP, scroll trigger and then your JavaScript file. Now go to style.css. The scroll div should have an initial height of 0%. Now starting with the animation, go to script.js, make a tween with gsap.to, selecting the .scroll div, make the square brackets, give it a final height of 100% within inverted commas. Write scroll trigger. You have to check the spelling because the auto complete does not work for scroll trigger. Make another pair of curly brackets. The trigger, set it to body. Start would be from body stop to viewport stop and end would be from body's bottom to viewport's bottom. For the delay, give a scrub of 0.5 seconds so that whenever you scroll there would be a 0.5 second delay. Go to the live server and there is your scroll bar. Now if you want, you can also give it a linear gradient. Go to style CSS and instead of background color, just write background and give a linear gradient to bottom. Select any colors you want. I have selected two blues. Now if you see, there is a blue scroll bar to the right of your website. There are a ton of ideas if you just see for it, but for the basics, this is the HTML code, this is the CSS code and the JavaScript code. That's all for today. See you soon. Peace out.